Hello YouTube, this is Sean Stair here from RoguedwarfRPG. I realize it's been a while, I've just been a little bit busy. Sorry about that, but I'm just going to make a quick video now. Basically just saying what happened on Saturday, or a little bit of it. We had our first session, and, well, not everyone showed up first of all. 4 of us did. Well, 4 people besides me showed up, but one of them had to leave a little bit early. Well, a lot of it early. So, I'm just gonna go over the 4 characters that were made. I'm just gonna adjust the camera here. It's making me mad. Alright. So the first one, simple little piece of paper with some stuff written down on it. Never got this one made into a character sheet because, as I said, one guy had to leave early. So this is my first time looking back on them as well since then. Just haven't got the chance. Alright. He wanted to be a gnome. A rogue gnome, actually. So that's kind of cool. We never really got into this guy's backstory as much as the others, because he wasn't there that long. That's simply it. So, let's just read off his stats here. He's got very interesting stats, actually. An 18 dexterity, a 6 constitution, a 13 strength, a 13 wisdom, 19 charisma, and an 11 intelligence. So yeah, some really high stats and some really low stats. Oh wait. Oh no, I suppose the only Constitution's the only really low one. But that's extremely low. The way we did it, actually I figured I'd better say it. We rolled 4d6 and dropped the lowest one. Did this 7 times, and I made them keep the lowest roll and the highest roll, and they could pick 4 of the other stats and assign to whichever one they wanted, of course. So yeah, I think, yeah, this guy, he wanted to be more of a city thief, like from a guild. Kind of like an assassin, thief, in between. And so that's all we really have on that guy. Let's go to this other one here. Got a character sheet here done up for this one. Sorry. I basically just let them do whatever they wanted. I didn't really restrict to just the races and stuff, but I did keep to the classes just because to keep it simple. This guy, he wanted to be a ghost. That's what he really wanted to be, so I had no reason to stop him, really. I didn't make him like an immortal ghost or anything, or like only hit by silver and magical weapons, because that would just be unfair. But so yeah, a ghost. Actually, I got quite a nice backstory on this guy as well. Well, along with my other 3, got some nice backstories. This guy here, he was a pirate, or had come from a pirating family, and he had amnesia. He got shipwrecked, or as far as we know, he got shipwrecked. He just kind of woke up on the shore, up on a beach sometime, and couldn't really remember much. So he went through and he lived with some elves for a while, and eventually made it to some like gypsy type people, travelers. And then I think that was when he died, I believe. So then he came back as a ghost and just kind of lived in the city, and still kind of kept tabs on the gypsy type people before he ended up leaving them completely. This guy's stats here are strength. Oh wow, sorry, strength 11. Wow, I'm all messed up here. Strength 10, constitution 11, dexterity 15, and intelligence of 18, a wisdom of 17, and a charisma of 17. And he also took the linguist feat, which represents how he's been around the world, well, not all the way around the world, of course, but been around, seen different things, been with different people. I'm sorry with that, guys. That whole mess up with my camera kind of really screwed me over, I guess. So, next guy. This guy here, he kind of wanted to go something a little bit more generic, because he's used to playing wizards and stuff like that in video games, so he decided to go with what he usually doesn't, which is like a human warrior. He actually decided to kind of lightly base his combat off of Cloud from Final Fantasy. Guy with he's got a big sword here. There's a little sketch of it in the back, I believe. Yep. There's that if you can see it. Alright, so what happened with him was he was an orphan in this city, same city that the ghost grew up in, or not grew up in, but lives in now, sorry. But he grew up in this city, and he kind of was all by himself there. He stole what he had to. Not that he was a bad guy, just that he did what he had to survive. He's generous when he can be. He just puts himself that little bit before others. So, and then once he came of age, he joined the military, and they fed him, put a roof over his head. He never really had a strong connection with the military. It was just a place to stay. So he jumped on with the ghost guy here. Actually, I forgot to mention it. See this glitch here thing. It's getting me all messed up. The ghost here, he remembered, well, he caught some little thing, I'm not sure, can't remember exactly how it came about, but he found out that him or his family had a treasure somewhere, a bunch of treasure hidden somewhere from when he was a pirate. So he decided he'd go look for that, and that's how the three guys here, not including the one that left early, those three characters all started together. How their adventure began was looking for this guy's treasure. So yeah, this guy here kind of jumped on that when he had a chance to leave. And his ability scores were 16 strength, 13 constitution, 16 dexterity, 12 intelligence, 14 wisdom, and 10 charisma. So, very fast and very agile. Kind of like Cloud from Final Fantasy. So, his character's not solely based on that at all. That's just kind of an idea that sparked the character. And then we have the last guy. This guy's got quite an interesting little gimmick to him. He wanted to play a werecat type thing. Like, by day he was a human, and at night, whenever the moon was out or he was outside at night or whatever, he turned into a jaguar, a jungle cat of some sort, right? so I let him. I had no reason to stop him as well. I figured that'd be kind of cool and interesting way to work around things, because he'd be kind of different, both like in dialogue, like in social interactions and combat interactions, is what I'm trying to say here. Sorry about that. But also, when he was in human form, which is his main form, he wanted to use throwing weapons, throwing knives in particular. So we decided that the scout would be the best class for that, and I gave him kind of a boost to his throwing knives powers, so that, because that's what he wanted to use, and there was nothing that really let him use throwing knives all that well. So we decided to go with scout, and then it also worked well with his cat side of combat when he was a cat. So little bit of backstory on him. He had grown up in the woods. We had decided that the parents of these were-cat things abandoned their children quite early on. So him and his brother had to fend for themselves there, and when they were quite young, his brother got killed by a bear. So this guy here, he's got quite a hate on bears, actually. It's kind of funny. So yeah, he spends his whole time in the woods, he had anyway, and had never had next to no interaction with people, just a little bit. He'd see them in the woods, which is not that often. So that actually led to kind of some funny bits when we first started, because I wanted to start off with characters not having everything they needed and they have to buy it, and I gave them the chance to buy it right away. I didn't just throw them into an encounter or anything. I just kind of said, here's where you are, what do you do? And they realized that they should probably get some gear. So he had never had any money before, or never really worked with money, so one of the other guys, the ghost guy, had a fair bit of money saved up, so I think he lent him some of that, and it's kind of funny, the other guys were kind of teaching him how it worked and what to do with it. So that was kind of interesting there. His ability scores were 14 strength, 13 constitution, 17 dexterity, 11 intelligence, 15 wisdom, and a 10 charisma. So that's quite a high charisma for someone who's never even handled money before, but I suppose you can just be naturally good at something. That was his highest stat, and I didn't want to force him to change it if he didn't want to. I let him know that he could, but he said no, that was fine. So yeah, that's it. I'll be following up this video tonight, probably tomorrow actually, on what happened that day, story-wise. And yeah, so there's just the characters. I'll let you know more later. See you guys.